This is TWiT.
According to Ming-Chi Kuo, Apple's working on a USB-C port. Won't be till next year, but iPhone 15 could be USB-C. Do you think this is credible?
Yeah, I think it's 2 years too late. It's absolutely credible, especially if the wireless stuff isn't working the way they want and the EU is breathing down their necks. And they announced ProRes last year, which has 6 gigabytes per minute of footage. And this year it's going to go to 8K, which is going to be even bigger. And it's still USB 2.0 speeds on Lightning, and something has to give. Because it's like, and not everyone is Alex. Not everyone can have like 4 iPhones and just throw them behind their backs at a PA who'll go and take all the stuff off for them as they start filming with the next one as though they're cartridges. Most people have like one iPhone. If they want to use it for any of this professional stuff, like you're sitting there. It's like that joke Steve Jobs made about we need FireWire on the iPod because the other person has 5 hours to load up a CD and we can do it in 1 minute. And this is the opposite of that. So it's just, it wasn't tenable anymore.
Well, they'll have to get rid of Lightning everywhere, though, right? I mean, if I'm not going to carry a Lightning cable.
They're going to, yeah. They're going to get rid of it on the Magic Mouse.
What happened to the rumor they were going to get rid of ports entirely?
Well, here's the thing: is I think that you could see them going 2 different directions. The Pro versions have USB-C, and the more basic models end up with no ports at all. And I think that might be because there is, if you're a Pro and you're putting tons of content on it, there's a real reason that you need USB-C. And if it's a smaller one, they may decide that you don't need the speed that speed on a real-time basis.
I don't know.
25 gigabits per minute sucks.
If you have the lesser models, ones that are cheap, the people who are buying the $449 iPhone because they can't afford the $800 iPhone, those are the people who need to be able to use the $9 charger instead of the $30 Qi charger or the special thing that has the pogo pins on it.
I don't know. I just think that to me that seems like the place that they would do it. I don't know whether they should or not.
The SE will be Lightning for the next 10 years, though. Like that'll be the last one to change. Like was it the 349 iPad is still Lightning, even though all the other ones are USB-C.
So you're going to have a period of confusion and upset, probably.
Like when they changed from 30 pin, like when they went from FireWire to 30 pin and 30 pin to Lightning.
Right.
They might even dog food it on the most exclusive and expensive model. Like if they have the model that starts at $1,200 and has a million wonderful things on it, and then they get to the part where say, and it's the most dust resistant, water resistant, maintenance free one we've had because we've finally gotten rid of we've done the brave thing and gotten rid of all power plugs. And when people say that, well, but I need to get a way to get my 8K video off their front. Well, that's way we've got this really great pogo pin sled that will actually give you full like Intel Thunderbolt speeds instead of dealing with USB 3 or USB 3.2. So it would be a way to test the waters while exploiting people who would kind of maybe fancy the idea of Jenkins, why you still have an iPhone that has a charging port on it? Oh, how quaint! I remember what that was like. Ooh.
Yeah, so we need the cable. Like we're the ones who need it.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think that because the people who buy it are really the ones that are going to use the higher bandwidth, I think it probably wouldn't match up.
Okay, we'll see. As with all of these rumors, you just have to kind of wait and see. It could.
Well, and I mean this seriously, Alex. What if like they really did that? They went all the way and said, we understand that the people who are buying this for this again, they're already giving you a list of all the things that make this great for shooting 8K video. But if they said that instead of like harping on the fact that it doesn't have a data or a charge port, so that we basically gave this a Thunderbolt dock that gives you all the things you need in the field to instantly transmogrify whatever it is on that phone to something in the destination you needed to go to. Yeah, if they offered a dock like that, would that sort of ameliorate the problem?
No, because of this.
Okay.
Is that when we're shooting with these things and they have to be all self-contained and we need the wires for power. And
what are you holding up, Alex? Is that an iPhone?
No, this is a small rig, basically skeleton around an iPhone, and it's got a handle on it. And we're building these huge rigs to cover some events coming up. And so but this is why.
You need to power the iPhone.
And the problem is the people who buy those are also the people that are in media and so on and so forth. And the gnashing of teeth would be so brutal that Apple would never get over it. Like it would just people would be so rough about it, and they're the people who can be rough. That I think that Apple would probably take the USB-C would be the last. The USB-C everybody wants at this point because we need more speed and we need more power and we need more. We're used to it on our iPads and we're like, okay, this Lightning thing is for the birds. And so I think that. on the high end, we're all ready for USB-C. And it also that we don't care about like buying a bunch of new cables because I have racks and racks and racks of USB-C cables.
Do you think people
now.
are disappointed with wireless? I feel like Apple was all in on wireless, and now
I don't even like it on my watch. Like I really, because it always gets slipped. It slips off, and then I suddenly don't have a charge.
It's slow.
I don't like it at all.
It's a waste of power.
Yeah.
It's not. It's hard to do it right. You got to position it perfectly.
But you get bashed if you don't offer it at the same time. Like
you have to offer it,
OnePlus
but
doesn't put wireless on it. People lose their
I
minds.
do feel like Apple's reluctant to go wireless only.
They're dogfooding it on the Apple Watch. Like the Apple Watch has no service port anymore. Apple has these special high-speed wireless connectors for servicing them now, and that's probably what they're thinking of including into MagSafe for the next generation of iPhones. But it's just like, again, like they made a chip that can render ProRes. They made a storage controller fast enough to record it. They made no I/O controller fast enough to get it off. And wireless and those, like, they have to decide. They're a creative pros company or they're like the wireless future of mainstream marketing companies. And those things are at tension. Those things are opposite ends of the spectrum. They are not, to Alex's point, they're not what pros want. Pros want hardwires. We want the Matrix. We want Battlestar Galactica. And they could make a wonderful consumer iPhone. Like it's wireless charging for even for nerds is incredibly popular because you're willing to trade convenience for speed and for the optimization for the efficiency of the charge. People love the wireless charging systems, so let the mainstream love them, and then people who are trying to do work on them, just let us plug in.